also standing in on behalf of the MD and also on behalf of himself as the commercial director. We also have engineer Wilfred Sharon, who is the programs manager, and one of our guest speakers, who is also the inventor and a member of First Years Association. So without taking much of your time, allow me to call upon Engineer Ralph Katsande, the ZETDC Commercial Director, to come on board and quickly give us his remarks on behalf of the MD as he set the tone for our discussion ahead.
Thank you, facilitator. The President of Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Kamgeremu, our ZESA Executive Chairman, Dr. S.Z. Gata, the ZESA consultants who have managed to join us on this platform. Our facilitators, ably led by Honorable Gloria Gawe, our ZESA executives on the forum, and also the subsidiary companies that have managed to join us. These include Powertel. We've got Mr. Nyagwane, the acting MD, Engineer Taru Garira, and ZESA Enterprises, led by Dr. Mugawiri, the acting MD. Our pension fund manager, General Manager, Mr. Kondo, Zimbabwe Power Company representative, the generality of the ZNCC members and the business community, our key stakeholders, the Marketing Association of Zimbabwe. We also have the Zimbabwe Institute of Strategic.
I think we have lost Engineer Katsande there.
Oh,
or is it on my side?
Yes. Can I be heard now?
Yes, you are now audible.
Okay. It gives me pleasure to update you on an exciting development towards a more sustainable future. That is the upcoming rollout of our token identifier TID rollover exercise. ZETDC is a customer-centric organization that is striving to transform customer experience through the employment of international best practices. The implementation of a new metering strategy in the last decade has seen the utility migrate domestic and business customers from the postpaid to the prepaid platform using this STS prepaid metering technology. And I hasten to say that this development has seen transformation of customer experience in terms of payment convenience and efficient usage of electricity. The system has brought convenience in terms of token vending through a multiplicity of vending channels. These include the mobile platform, internet banking, and over 88,000 walk-in point-of-sale terminals across the country. As a utility, we have also developed a self-service portal for our customers to retrieve tokens and check on consumption usage patterns, and to also assist them in budgeting of electricity. I'm also happy to advise that the system has seen our customers being powered to manage the usage of electricity to the extent that there have been savings of up to 23% in electricity costs for both business and domestic. And we expect that to go a long way in making our products more competitive on the regional and in the international market. Ladies and gentlemen, many are wondering why we are having this TID rollover webinar and what this prepaid upgrade is all about. As you know, as the utility, we have remained committed to providing a safe, reliable, and affordable electricity supply to our customers. In addition, as a corporate body, we fully embrace innovation as well as compliance with worldwide standards that enhances efficiency in service delivery. Hence, we are embarking on a nationwide prepaid meter upgrade exercise known as TID rollover. In fact, this is to the scale of the Y2K compliance, in terms of its significance and importance. This program is not unique to Zimbabwe, but across all countries and utilities that are subscribing to the STS Association. This is both regional and international. This token identifier exercise is a worldwide compliance exercise that aims at introducing a new lease of life to nearly 1 million meters deployed across the country. And this exercise is being launched today, 17th of November, and we expect it to end before the 24th, the milestone date. The mandatory program will involve customers being asked to enter a meter change, a meter change specific token to their meters in order to facilitate the upgrade. This will ensure that our customers continue to vend and the meters accept tokens beyond November 2024. It is absolutely important that as we roll out this exercise, we must be diligent and exercise expediency, because our failure to execute will have far-reaching consequences, for our business customers and the nation at large. We would like our customers to provide constant feedback as we roll out to ensure that the exercise proceeds smoothly. Although the exercise is a worldwide compliance issue, it also forms part of the building towards our agenda for a smart grid. A robust communication campaign is already in full force to ensure that our clients are adequately educated and awareness created for the rollout exercise. Let me also state that this exercise is a key milestone in our trajectory towards Vision 2030 as we implement our strategic response as the utility to Vision 2030. To us, this is a critical exercise that we must do right first time to ensure a seamless rollover that will not inconvenience business and our customers, and ensuring business continuity for the power utility. We are very excited to partner the Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce, who is a key business stakeholder to us. We are in this partnership together, and we are very confident that this exercise will be a success. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Katsande. I see there's a question from Brian Kiwani. He's asking, you mentioned that you expect the program to end on the 24th, which month? I thought you said November, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's actually November, although we would like to finish by 30th of June and then mop up remaining points by November.
But by the 30th of June next year?
Yeah, this is the objective as the utility, that we must have upgraded all the meters.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So I think we can go to the next speaker from ZETDC before maybe we take questions from the participants.
Thank you very much, Honorable Inj. Let me also thank Engineer Katsande, who was at this particular juncture standing in for the MD of ZETDC. I know he's going to come back again as he also going to deliver his customer assurance message to the generality of Zimbabweans. Just to remind you, we are live on various platforms, including YouTube. So we also encourage even our speakers to be on video, if possible, if they are comfortable. We encourage them, since we are actually live, especially the speakers. We just want the speakers. I see someone who is going. We ask you to mute the video, madam. Oh, is it madam? Oh, yeah, perfect. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So at this point in time, I also ask Engineer Katsande to invite for us one of our international speakers, who is a renowned inventor, Mr. Don Taylor. You also come back. Engineer Katsande, over to you, so that you introduce to us Mr. Don Taylor. Then following after that, we also have a short presentation that comes from engineer, the programs manager, Engineer Sharon. Thank you.
Thank you, facilitator. I think as the utility, we are very excited that the very founders of these STA systems based in South Africa have managed to join us so that we can hear it from all the background to this exercise from the horse mouth. So we are really fortunate, and we are very much appreciative for the presence of Mr. Taylor on this platform. So I will ask Engineer Sharon as well to say a few words before he delivers his address. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Katsande. All protocols observed. Yeah, Mr. John Taylor is as Engineer Katsande highlighted, is a founder member of the STS Association, and he designed the first prepayment meter. He is experienced in the field, and I think it's what as he comes in to do his presentation. So we are appreciative, like Engineer Katsande said, that because he's a very busy person, but he took time in his busy schedule to be present in this, to participate in this webinar and do a presentation. So
I think we lost Engineer Sharon there. Engineer Sharon? Is he audible to all of you, or it's only on my side?
I can't hear him this side.
We can't hear him.
I can't hear him.
Okay, so Engineer Katsande, maybe I think he's having network problems. So Engineer Katsande, if you can take over.
Honorable, I think Engineer Sharon, I think we lost him. I don't know if he has managed to come back. Engineer Sharon?
Yeah, I think we have lost him. So maybe we can give the platform to Mr. Taylor.
Yes. Mr. Taylor, over to you.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for your introduction. I'm very pleased to be on your webinar this morning, and I hope that I can make a positive contribution to at least your understanding of the background to the TID rollover and what it means. So if I can get my screen to be shared, I would be happy to start. I have a message, the host disabled screen sharing. Okay, I've got the screen share. Let me get the presentation up. Okay, can I just confirm that my screen is visible?
Yes, it is.
Thank you very much. Okay, so as the introductory speakers mentioned, we are dealing with the TID rollover as a critical element in the prepaid STS prepaid meter arena. So what I want to start with is to just give a background understanding of what the token ID is, the TID, the TID. It is a unique identifier that is calculated and coded into the token every time when a token is created at the point of sale. The token ID then is currently calculated as the number of minutes that have elapsed since the base date of 1993. So that is quite a large number. However, okay, before I get into the expiry date, it is calculated from a base date of 1993. And then when the token is entered into the meter will record this TID, and it will compare it to any further tokens coming in to ensure that the same token can't be entered into the same meter twice. Okay, so that is the role of the TID. The features of the TID is that because it is time-based, starting with the base date of 1993, it has a limited range of almost 32 years before it runs out of range, which in our case now, in November 2024, it will actually run out of range and roll over to zero, very similar to your odometer on the motor vehicle. When it gets full nines, it rolls over to full zeros again. Now, what will happen on the 24th of November 2024 is that any new tokens after this date will not be accepted by the meter, as the meter will consider these as being old, in inverted commas. So effectively, the meter will stop vending electricity, and customers will not be able to recharge their meter. Okay, that's the consequence. However, the remedy for this is to clear the meter's memory of previously accepted token IDs, and then to change the meter's cryptographic key at the same time to prevent token replay. So the remedy is technically quite simple. There is and has been quite a number of questions of this range, why the TID was not designed to last longer than 32 years. The short answer is that at the moment, the token string that you get from the point of sale to enter into your meter is comprising 20 digits. And if we were to increase the number of or the range of the date of the TID, this token string would be much longer than the 20 digits, which became impractical for consumer entry onto the keypad. That's the one reason. The other reason is that it is normal practice in ICT domains to upgrade the cryptographic strength of the system at least every 30 years. We then decided at the time when we designed the SDS that this would be a good compromise to converge the timing of these two elements into one operation. On the one hand, the token ID rollover being 32 years, and at the same time we do a meter key change almost 30 years, a little bit more than 30 years. So that's the background of the TID choice, of the size of the TID choice. What does it then actually entail? As mentioned, it is calculated on the base date of 1993. We have introduced a new base date of 2014. And this is associated with a new vending key revision with an increased cryptographic strength that will now be good for up to 2045. After the meter has been reset by the key change, the TID rollover key change, the new TIDs will be calculated from the 2014 base date, and this will give the meter a lifespan up to 2045. It will extend the meter range. Needless to say, utilities are urged to start the process as soon as possible. To date, we have just about a little bit more than 12 months before the rollover date happens next year. As far as the security level is concerned, that I mentioned, to upgrade the security level, we reference to the global standards of National Institute of Standards Technology, that's NIST. They are the global reference for cybersecurity, and in 2005, NIST then deprecated the 56-bit cryptographic keys due to the risk of compromise, and the SDS then subsequently upgraded the SDS security level to 160-bit vending key, published as SDS 600-4-2, which is now approved by NIST for use up to 2045. For those who are mathematically minded, this means that it is 10 to the power 32 times stronger than what the current or the legacy cryptographic algorithm was using. It is also just a point to mention that it is essential that the current prepayment systems upgrade to the new security level as soon as possible. So what does this upgrade actually entail? Firstly, the key management system, the key management center, has been upgraded to the 6000-4-2 operations with legacy support up to 2024. That means that the key management system or center will be able to service all hardware secure modules and point of sale vending systems out there until 2024, as far as the legacy security is concerned. That's the 56-bit vending keys. After that, it will only be able to service the upgraded hardware secure modules, which are now available with SDS 600-4-2 certification. As a point of note, the existing TSM 500 and TSM 250 secure modules can be firmware upgraded to the new SDS 600 level, and that can be negotiated with the supplier of the hardware secure modules. At the same time, the keyload files have been upgraded to a new format that complies with SDS 600. And as mentioned before, the legacy keyload files will still be supported for existing secure modules and vending keys up to the end of 2024. Now, there is a slight issue that needs to be taken care of. That is that meters that were certified prior to 2014 could not be tested for the TID rollover processing, simply because the necessary infrastructure at the key management center and the hardware secure modules did not support the key changes required for that rollover. So the SDS Association has produced a list of all meters that were certified prior to 2014. The utilities are requested to identify if any of those meters are installed in their installation, and if so, that they can take samples and send that to the SDS Association for compliancy testing. And if they do not comply, then those meters would have to be changed with newer meters. Thus far, we have found only one brand of meter that does not comply, and most of the ones that we have tested then thus far do comply. So that's good news. So the question now is, what action must the utility take in order to prepare and execute this TID rollover process? In the first instance, they must upgrade the vending system and the secure module to SDS 600-4-2. Then can also, once that is done, they can instruct the meter vendors to supply any new meters to be coded on base date 2014, which means that those meters can be installed immediately without having to do this TID rollover in the field. Okay. The third point is to validate meters that were certified prior to 2014, as I explained, and then replace the non-compliant meters. And as I mentioned, there's a list available from the SDS Association. I'll give you the internet links at the end of this presentation. And then as the fourth action, they must actually go out to the meter and do a key change on every meter to extend their life to 2045. Important to note that no SDS meters are needed to be replaced. That is a frequently asked question, whether there's an implication of meters that need to be replaced. No, the answer is no, they do not need to be replaced, only if they are faulty, which is another point to consider if you visit the meters, to also do a revenue protection inspection, see if there are any fraud taking place. Okay, so how to approach the key change operation? We recommend that you demarcate your meters into smaller groups and then do a group at a time. There has to be a helpline front desk facility, either on social media or telephone or internet, to deal with exceptions. And then there are two options that we can advocate for you to consider. Option one is to issue the key change tokens to consumers when they come to purchase credit. The consumer then enters the key change tokens before entering his new purchased credit. That ensures that the meter key change is validated, else his new credit will not go into the meter. Option two is to issue key change tokens to trained technicians and a technical team, where the team then visits each meter and enters the key change tokens themselves. The one point I can mention is that to date, quite a lot of, and as the previous speaker mentioned, worldwide, we have a total of 70 million meters that need to be key changed in more than 100 countries. So it's quite a huge operation that's taking place. And what we find is that option two is working quite well. Although a mix of option one and two is frequently considered, depending on the demographics of your customer base. As far as the ZETDC Association is concerned, we provide assistance to utilities embarking on this process. We have had a task team established since 2020 to advise on the TID rollover process. We have been and are constantly in communication with all ZETDC users that are using ZETDC products, that are utilities and token vendors, meter manufacturers and vending system manufacturers, so that they are totally and completely prepared for this event. This meter reset event, to mitigate the consequences of the TID rollover. We also provide guidelines to all the ZETDC users, and we provide meter certifications for those meters prior to 2014 on a free basis. If you have a meter that you suspect might not comply, you can send it to the ZETDC Association, and we will test it for TID rollover compliance on a free basis. The only cost to you will be the courier cost to get it to us. For a comprehensive coverage of the TID rollover phenomena, you can go and visit the TID rollover website on tidrollover.com. You are welcome to send me an email, or one of my colleagues, Ricardo Puzzi. Unfortunately, he's in Indonesia at the moment, so else he would have joined this web conference. But his name is Ricardo Puzzi, and you can reach him on ricardo@zeds.org.za. That, Madam Chair, is as much as I can contribute at this stage. So I hand the floor back to you to manage any further questions or comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor, for a detailed presentation. At this juncture, I would like to give the floor back again to Mr. Muskwiri so that he can give us the next speaker from ZETDC, so that after that, the next speaker, we can then take questions from the floor. I see some questions from the chat room, but we have the question time after Engineer Sharon, or maybe Mr. Muskwiri, if Engineer Sharon is not yet back online.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Mr. Muskwiri, I thought maybe let me quickly clarify. I'm not an honorable myself. I'm standing in for Honorable Chasi. I'm an engineer, probably you could call me Engineer Gawe. I just thought let me quickly clarify before everyone calls me honorable. Over to you, Mr. Muskwiri.
Thank you very much. Maybe it's a prophecy, Well, we want to thank Mr. Dwayne Taylor for quite a detailed presentation about the entire subject of nationwide prepaid meter upgrade. At this point in time, allow me to go straight to invite Engineer Wilfred Sharon. He is the programs manager leading an active team of the entire ZETDC and its value chain around the implementation of this program. Overall, the leader is Engineer Katsande, who is the commercial director. And then effectively, we have got the MD and going up. But he's going to come in and do his presentation on the entire rollout and build on the presentation that Mr. Dwayne Taylor has done. Engineer Sharon, you can come on board.
Thank you, Mr. Muskwiri. I am actually requesting for permission to share my screen. If facilitator could allow me to share my screen.
Okay, let me give you the access. Engineer Sharon.
It looks like I'm still disabled from sharing.
Okay, I'm trying. Our co-host, can you make Engineer Sharon be able to share his screen? I think I'm having challenges from my end.
Thank you, facilitator. I think I'm now able to share. I'll quickly go through the presentation. There are a few slides that I prepared on the TID subject, just to add on what the expert has actually highlighted. So this is just highlighting our mandate. Also, management of renewable energy, and then the Zimbabwean electricity supply industry model, showing our role as a utility. There are three key players: shareholder, regulator, customers, and the utility. So we are on 3 there, where our key mandate is to deliver electricity service to the nation. And we manage utility operations, we engage in commercial improvements, technical improvements. So the TID rollover that we are embarking on now is part of technical improvements so that we improve a customer experience. And then that's just a brief. So I don't think I need to take much on the explaining the STS, the issue of the TID. I think Don has gone through it quite well. Yeah, interventions that we are going to take as a utility, there are 2 interventions. One is replacement of meters that are reaching end of lifespan and that are non-TID rollover compliant. We've got about 180 meters that are going to be targeted for replacement around the country, out of almost more than 800, close to 900,000 meters currently, approaching a million. Then the second intervention is entering of 40-digit KCTs to change the base date from 1993 to 2014. As a utility, we have adopted the customer-based strategy where we are going to issue 40-digit tokens to customers when they next purchase credit. Like for ZETDC, from the 15th, customers in the pilot areas were receiving 40-digit KCTs when they purchased the credit through various channels. So, and we've been receiving feedback from customers, some challenges, and so far there are no major challenges. I think the process is moving on smoothly. So we are going to start off with a pilot in each of the 5 operating regions for ZETDC, that is Harare, Eastern, Western, Northern, Southern. We've selected a district. The total number of the scope of pilot is around 200,000, which is about 25%, a quarter of our customer base. The reason for the pilot is for us to learn lessons before we roll out to other parts of the country. So the pilot will run from 15th of November to 31st January 2024. Then from the 1st of February, we are going to roll out the exercise to other parts of the country. So, and after, of course, after incorporating lessons learned. And like the MD highlighted, our target is to finish by June 2024, even though the deadline for TID rollover is November 2024. So the next slide just shows graphically the TID rollover that it was established. I think the concept was established by the STS Association in 1993, and the TID token identifier table in the meter is filling up, and I think now we're around 90. By 2024 November, it will fill up. So by entering the KCT, the key change token, you are giving the meter a new lease of life, like resetting it again. And then it will start from 2024 to for the next 31.9 years up to 2045, like Don highlighted. So this was explained by Don. And then in terms of our systems as a utility, the prepayment metering system end-to-end consists of a vending system, which is the backend at our offices, at our data centers. We've got the primary and the disaster recovery elsewhere, geographically separated. So then in the hierarchy table 2, we've got third-party vending partners, which consists of the aggregators, our power tail sister companies playing that role, and then we've got vendors and sub-vendors. So they play a key role, as most, I think for us, more than 90% of our transactions are going through third-party vendors. And then at the bottom, we've got meters that have to be certified. Sorry for my slide is not very clear, but we've got 3 sets of meters. Those that are not compliant, those that are compliant, which are around 600,000, and the new meters that we are buying, the best date of 2014, that do not require any intervention. So this is the TID rollover hierarchical structure, which we have ensured, it has been tested to ensure that at every level, there are no challenges. We tested the third-party vendors, our system. So, like I said, our system is dual vending capabilities, able to vend to both the meters, the best date of 1993 and the 2014, because we have got a mixture of the meters at the moment. So it has to have that dual vending capability until after June, when we have exhausted all 1993, that key will remain redundant in the system. Then just for our third-party vending structure, that's the structure there. That's our structure there, where we've got power towards our SOA aggregator. This is just for information to show you, and we've tested end-to-end to ensure that the third-party vending structure is compliant. Yeah, I will now go on to the TID rollover process itself. There are 4 key steps which have to be followed by customers as they enter their KCTs, key change tokens. Step 1 is they purchase electricity. And then when they purchase electricity, they are going to receive 3 sets of tokens. The first 2 20-digit tokens are the KCTs, key change tokens, which have to be entered in sequence. The first one, the second one, and then before you enter the credit token. The reason why we are entering these tokens is because is to change the meter, or the cytographic, the code, the decryption algorithm of the meter from key revision 1 to key revision 2 to match the system. And then the third step is to enter the 20-digit credit. But I said there are 2 sets of tokens, the KCTs. They are the first 20-digit, and then you have to enter the second one within the 40, before the lapse of 40 seconds. The last token that you enter is your credit token. If there are any challenges, the credit token will be rejected. And we have our contact center, our technical teams ready to assist the customers. Like I said, since we started this process on the 15th of November, we've not had any serious challenges. Most of the issues were resolved over the phone. We've had no reason to drive to customer premises, since most were resolved over the phone by our teams, our contact center, and our technical teams. Then this is a sample of the token that you will get. I hope you can see that one. So there are 3 sets of tokens. The first 2 20-digit tokens are your KCTs, key change tokens, which will change the meter from key revision 1 to key revision 2, so that it will accept the credit token, which would already have been generated in key revision 2. So also we are in our campaign material, we're also showing customers the format of the token, so that when they get it, they will be able to know how to enter the tokens. So the tokens will be entered in the order given. The first one, second one, third one. Customers would not change, because if they do it vice versa, they might face challenges. And then the next, in our system, we've got 6 types of meters, meter makes. There are so many meter manufacturers in the world, but we can't have, because there are more than 2,000, 3,000. But to avoid the support nightmare, we've pre-qualified the 6 meter OEMs, manufacturers, which so periodically from time to time, we drop some and pick up new OEMs. So, but currently we've got the 6 in a meter, Xing, EDMI, Iskra Emeco, Itron, LNG, and the Iskra Emeco. There are 6 as highlighted on the slide there. So there are short codes that the customers have to enter to check which the key revision number of the meter. Like after entering the 4-digit token, the meter should move from key revision 1 to key revision 2. So that's the process. And then the next is just showing the process again. I've got a video which I'll show you. I think to manage time, I'll go straight to the video so that you can see. It's a short video which I will play now so that you can see. So the customer is now entering the second TID token. So it's now entering the short code to check. So if the customer has confirmed that the meter is in the key revision 2, is now entering the credit token. So basically that's the video demonstrating the TID rollover process. Thank you, facilitate. I'm done with my presentation.
Thank you very much, Engineer Sharon, for such an insightful presentation on these programs ahead of us, the TID rollover. At this point in time, let me ask for Engineer Gloria Gawe, the co-facilitator, to come on board now. But before she comes, I just want to acknowledge we've got quite a number of members that have joined. I can see that even our regions are in the platform. Some are even also have joined through the live platform, which is on our YouTube. So you can share the link on which is broadcasting through the YouTube channel so that many Zimbabweans can be able to follow. We've got people from Beitbridge, from Wange that have also joined. So we want to welcome them, including even outside the country, some of our partners. So we want to acknowledge them. Engineer, over to you so that you can lead us into facilitating around question and answer. We do have Engineer Katsande also on standby to then give us the customer assurance, which is one of the key issues that I know our customers are worried. So he's got that customer assurance message that he's going to come back and give to our customers. So at this point in time, the floor is open. Over to you, Engineer Gav.
Thank you, Mr. Muskwiri. Thank you, Engineer Sharon, for such a detailed presentation. And thank you also to Mr. Detailer for the presentation. I'm sure everyone in this platform has now an idea of what is TID. So at this time, I want to open the floor for questions. If you have any questions to any of the facilitators, kindly raise your hand so that I can give you the floor to speak. Do we have any questions from the floor? I don't see any hand.
From Top Guard.
Okay, Andrew, you can go ahead. I see a hand from Andrew Mugari.
Okay, thanks, Gloria. Thanks, presenters. I want to find out on non-compliant meters, is there going to the 200,000? Is there going to be an exercise to replace, or individuals are supposed to report the non-compliant? And after reporting, if so, how long does it take for the ZETDC to replace?
Yeah. Thank you, Andrew. I think I'll take this one. It's Engineer Sharon. Yeah, we already know which meters are non-compliant. Like I said, the lifespan of these meters is about 10 to 15 years. So after 10 years, you have to start thinking of replacement. So we already know the meters that are non-compliant, and we have started a replacement exercise. The cost will be to the ZETDC's account. Customers will not be required to pay any cent towards the meter replacement. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Sharon, for taking that question. I would suggest we have all the questions, then we can have the response at once. So if we can have more questions, and then Engineer Sharon, you can be noting down the question, and then you can respond at once.
Thank you, Engineer.
Okay. It looks like the presentations were very clear. It looks like there are no questions from the platform.
Maybe just to chip in, there are other questions that are coming through messages. If you can allow me to perhaps read them.
Okay, yes, you may go ahead.
Yeah, there's one that is coming from Trevor. Will I be able to get a copy of these detailed instructions, as they are very helpful? That's the first one. We have another one from Cletus Machina. Good morning. Is the presentation accessible after this meeting? This is directed to Engineer Sharon. I managed to join a bit late due to capacity of the meeting. That's another question. There's other comments that are coming on board. Very clear. Thank you from Perpetual Chuma. But also just to assure the customers that as engineer will come in to respond, we do have other team members that are anchoring Engineer Sharon. We've got Engineer Chikea also on board. We've got Shelon Drovu, who is also on board. They will also be able to chip in to strengthen, I think, engineer as part of his team. Engineer Sharon, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Yeah, the first question, I think I'd already, the one from Andrew Mkara, I'd already answered that one, that the utilities at TID will meet all costs associated with the replacement of either faulty meters or non-TID rollover meters. We've already started that replacement. The second question from Trevor, he was asking about, will he be able to get a copy of the presentation? Yeah, we'll share the presentation, of course, through ZETDC. Sure, we'll be able to share that. Then I think that was from Cletus. Trevor, will I be able to get a copy of instructions? I think those are the steps with the TID rollover instructions. Yes, we'll be able to get. Actually, we are sharing this throughout the public campaigns through various platforms. So yeah, you'll be able to, customers who actually get access to the instructions so that they are able to enter the 40-digit KCTs and the credit token. I think those were the 3 questions. For Perpetual, I think it was just a compliment that the presentations were clear. So I think I've done just to the 3 questions.
Thank you, Engineer Sharon. I also had a question. I wanted to check. You said you have pilot areas that you have started in the regions. For probably for Harare, which areas are the pilot areas for Harare?
For Harare, we've actually, like I said, we've selected the districts, a district in each region, each of our 5 operation regions. We've got Harare region, we've got Northern region, Eastern region, Southern, and Western region. So that each region will learn from their own experience. We've selected a pilot. I'll go through the pilot areas. For Harare, we've selected the North District, which covers your Meboren, your Tinwold, your Mfakosi, Kuwadzana, Zivaresekwa. All those areas, they're actually included in the pilot area for North District for Harare. Then for Eastern region, we've got Mutare District, which covers Mutare urban and environs. That is the Mutare urban, or the suburbs, or the whole of Mutare city and the surrounding areas, going up to Penalonga, Manica Bridge, those areas surrounding Mutare. Then for Northern region, we've selected the Kadoma District, which covers the areas covered by Beatrice, the airport, Norton, Chegutu, and Kadoma Depot. For Northern, we've also included Chinoi Depot, even though it's not in the Kadoma District, because of its proximity to the Northern region district office. Then for Western region, we've selected Blower East district, which covers areas like your Ilanda, Kumalo, and surrounding areas. For Southern region, we've selected Gweru district, which covers areas under Gweru, Depot, Churugwi, Mvuma, Chivu. Those are the pilot areas for Southern region. Which one have I left out? I think I've covered all the 5 regions. So those are the pilot areas. Again, in our public campaign material, we've got all those areas clearly listed in more detail than I've highlighted. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Sharon. I don't see any questions from the platform.
Through the chair, I've got a question. Unfortunately, I'm not able to raise my hand. I don't know why.
Okay, you may go ahead.
Yes, my question is directed to Mr. Don Taylor. When I was going through the documentation on TID rollover over the internet, I think I didn't understand it well. Maybe you can clarify to me. Suppose someone is not TID rollover by the 24th of November 2024. Is it possible that the old tokens will be accepted into the meter? There was a myth that the old tokens will be acceptable. May he clear this for me, please?
Can I respond there, facilitator?
Yes, you may go ahead, Mr. Taylor.
Thank you. Let me explain it to you this way. The short answer is when the date of 24 November 2024 arrives, the meter will not accept any further tokens. Not new ones, not old ones. So the meter comes to a dead standstill completely until it is reset with these 2 key change tokens, as mentioned in the previous presentation. Another point I just want to make, which might not have been that clear, is that if it should happen that you do not reset the meter before the rollover date of 24/11/24, you can still do the rollover after that date. But the credit, the meter will not accept credit until you have done the third rollover. I hope that clarifies the question from the floor.
Yes, thank you. I think it clarifies. Let me repeat what I've heard from you. You are saying that come November 2024, and I have not yet changed my meter to TID rollover, it will not accept old or even the tokens that I will not have punched in. Because the issue was even the old ones for 2021, they will be accepted. So you are saying that will not happen. I think if that is the case, I'm happy. Thank you.
Yes, I can confirm you've got it right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Okay, I see a question from Joy Maps. If you're saying I recently got the 3 tokens entered, but the first 2 said reject, but the token was accepted. So is my meter upgraded or I need to redo the process? Maybe this question is directed to Engineer Sharon.
Okay, thank you, Minakao. Yeah, some of the meters was there's a time when we did we opened our system to issue 4-digit KCTs. So if you enter the token, it will still accept. That's why there's that step to enter the short code to check which key revision number the meter is. Meters the best date of 1993. If you enter the key short code, it will show 01 or 1, key revision 1. Those data in key revision 2 will show 2. So the best way the customer can check is to enter the short code. So the short codes are meter specific. Is on my presentation, I had a list of the 6 sub-meters that we have and a short code for each particular meter. So after sharing the presentation, the particular customer can check on which specific meter they have at their premises and they enter the short code. If they've got further challenges, they can contact our contact center or any one of us at ZETDC. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Sharon. I don't see any further questions from the floor. Oh, there is a question from William Nyakujga. You may go ahead, William.
Thank you, Engineer Gawe. It's not quite a question, maybe just additional information to assist with our clients. I'm also with the TID. I think if we have tokens that we haven't punched into the meter, it is important that we punch in those tokens. Also, as we are doing the processes, I'm not sure, Engineer Sharon, we've got 1 meter that clears the units that were there in the system. So it will be helpful if you could get a photo of the units before you start the process, so that just in case it clears, that we'll be able to give you the exact number of units that we had before you started the process. Thank you.
Thank you, William. Sorry, just an intervention.
Okay, you may go ahead.
Yes. I just wanted to acknowledge that we do have the regulator, ZERA, with us. We've got Njanji, who is also representing ZERA here, and other team members. ZERA is the regulator, just to assure you as the business community and our customers. One of the issues, I think, from a business community perspective is that Engineer Sharon indicated that there is this rollout nationwide of prepaid meters. So even the business must expect that the rollout is going on. In fact, it had started. Most of the shops, most of the companies are coming on board on the prepaid meter. So it is cutting across. So then also, I just wanted to call upon Engineer Tarugarira or MD from Poatel, just to give an assurance around the vending part, because most of this electricity that then you pay it from your OKs, your TMs, your mobile platforms and so forth. You just give us an assurance in terms of the preparedness from that angle. I also saw a hand from Blessing. You can come after his Blessing Chiome. You can come after Engineer Tarugarira or Mr. Nyagwande's assurance. Thank you.
Thank you, Prosper. If he's online, Mr. Tarugarira can come in.
Thank you, Gloria. I think the MD is not in. I will stand in for him. I think my task here is very simple. Let me start by saying that as Powertel, like an atom, will remain an indivisible part of the ZESA group. As Engineer Sharon has acknowledged, we are already playing a very pivotal role. As you can see, that with more than 90% of the customers of ZESA coming through us, we have actually set up a very resilient and integrate all the sub vendors. As an assurance, we can assure you that we stand ready today. We have been ready yesterday. We have been able to talk to all our vendors and sub vendors. We have communicated with them. We have trained them. We are actually looking at resilience for each of them so that they can actually feed into our system, our integration system very much efficiently. At the strategic level, we have crafted a very coherent digital transformation strategy, which is wired at wired and wireless level, so that we can provide efficient integration and metering of the subscribers. We have also an innovation division that will make sure that we play our part. So my role is the one of assurance to ZETDC. I also say thank you very much for your great level of preparedness. I'm quite confident that the TID rollover project will be successful. And let me conclude by saying that to ZETDC and ZESA Group, we are in the indivisible part of ZESA, like an atom, like I've said. We have been supporting you before. We are supporting you today, and we will continue supporting you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Tarugarira. We stand in for the MD of Powertel, which is a sister company, a very strong player, especially in the rollout of this particular project. I know there are vendors, including, I can see the finance director for Econet here. There are vendors from, I see the CEO for Net1 and many others that are joining. So we want to acknowledge them because they play a pivotal role, especially in this rollout. Engineer, I will also come back to you. Perhaps there are other questions, and then that the community may want to get clarifications before we go to the assurance message from the commercial director.
Thank you, Prosper. There was a hand from Blessing. She may go ahead.
Sorry, I think it was an old hand. Sorry for that.
Okay, all right. I don't see any further hands from the platform. So I think we may go ahead and have Engineer Katsande to give us a presentation on the customer assurance part.
Thank you, Gloria. I'm sure you all agree with me that Mr. Taylor has demystified TID rollover and made it look very simple. However, as the power utility, we will leave no stone unturned to ensure that the exercise is a success. I would like to give this message of assurance to our customers. On behalf of the executive, management, and staff of ZESA, I would like us to express our utmost appreciation to all our valued prepaid electricity customers on the occasion of the CS launch of the meter upgrading program TID rollover, starting 17th of November. This desire for us, ladies and gentlemen, is to do more, and it comes from decades of trust with our customers that we've cultivated over the years. This is in order for us to value the relationship. We take pride in nurturing that relationship and in that heritage and our customers' trust. We are now at a moment of our history where we are not only providing electricity, but assurance of a more sustainable future towards Vision 2030. I'm happy that this implementation is the beginning of building blocks towards the smart grid that we are envisaging. As the elders say, the one that casts the path does not know is crooked. This actually captures our focus in this TID rollover program. From our point of view, continued feedback is what empowers us to have a great service. As we launch this rollout program, we would like to take this opportunity to assure you, engage and receive feedback in terms of how you view our service and how we can make it better. You are the mirror, and only through your feedback can we improve service delivery. We have reviewed and reintroduced all our feedback platforms in order to address the expectations from this worldwide compliance rollover program. You will find that in any branch across all our vendors, our ZESA customer service centers and selected supermarkets across the country, you will be encountering information regarding the step-by-step process to assist you in this rollover process. You can also give instant feedback on the service delivered within the branch or service center that serves you. We shall also be requesting feedback through our National Contact Center. We shall be carried out carrying out periodic surveys through the National Contact Center, where the short code of 704 is in use. We will also be using our digital platforms, and we urge you to oblige. We rely on you. Also, please be informed that we have strengthened our omni-channel National Contact Center. And the short code is 704, as I said earlier, amongst other social media, is at your service 24 hours a day. Lastly, I would like to thank you for your continued trust and business with us. We are in for a long haul as long-term win-win strategic business partners. We do not take it for granted that we know you are the reason for our existence. I thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Katsande. And I would like to, at this time, there being no further questions from the floor, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the participants who managed to come for this presentation. I would also want to take this opportunity to thank ZETDC, specifically Engineer Katsande and Engineer Shereni and Mr. Mutskiri for the presentations. We can see from the number of questions that came from the platform that this is the whole program is well detailed and there is clear instructions. I don't think we are going to have a problem implementing this. So thank you. Thank you, Engineer Katsande, and thank you, ZETDC. I can see a question from, I can see a hand from Engineer Chikea, or a chat rather. You are saying this one has not been responded. I think Engineer Sharon responded to that. John Chikea.
It's okay. There's one that is it the same that was used in changing from ZWA meter regime to USD one? We used option one, the one from Top Guard. So if it has been addressed, it's okay.
Yeah, maybe let me through you, Engineer Gloria. Yeah, there are two types of KCTs, key change tokens. There are ones that change tariff. The ones the customer is referring to when it changes from ZWL to USD, we enter the key change token to change the tariff index. So, but the one for changing key revision is another KCT, but it addresses a different, requirement altogether. So the two are different. The ones that we are entering through the 4-digit token, it changes the key revision number, which has to do with the decryption algorithm of the meter, so that we shifted from a base date of 1993 to 2014, whereas the one for changing from ZW to USD, you are simply changing the tariff index. So the two are different.
Thank you, Engineer Sharon. I had missed that question there. I don't see any further questions. This marks the end of this business agenda for today. We would like to thank ZETDC for such a detailed presentation, and also for you doing your best to make sure as customers we get a good service. I would also want to take this opportunity to also thank ZETDC members for attending this business agenda. We meet again on the next business agenda next Friday. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Great day.
All right.